Heather. 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 There you are.
Are you all right?
I thought I wanted to go.
Try and go back to sleep.
What time is it?
3 o'clock. I'll ring as soon as they open. Lift your head up.
Oh, you're so kind, sweet Heather.
Don't be silly.
Sit just there and talk to me. I'm 92 years old, but my mind's still sharp. Not many people can say that at my age. Heather?
Yes?
Not many at all.
Was that Dorian, Bannister?
Oh, yeah, he's fallen down. I told the neighbour to call an ambulance.
No, I wouldn't let her do that.
No, he said he'd wait till you got there.
Yeah, I'll go there first.
Yeah, but what about Mrs Armitage? She didn't get seen yesterday. Kate promised
He's
her.
probably been laying there all night.
You'll make a cup of tea when the doctor comes.
Yes.
And put a cloth on the table.
A cloth?
A tablecloth to put the tea on.
I don't know where
Do we have any cake? There he is. Go on.
Did you find him again?
Yes. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning.
You must be knackered. Good morning, Mr. Bannister.
Morning, Doctor.
Right. Does anything hurt?
Not especially.
Let's have a look, shall we? Anything?
No, that's all right. That's fine.
Okay, you grab the other one.
I know what to do.
Let's go.
It's all right. I can manage now. You go and get the tea.
I'm just going to check your legs for bruising.
So much fuss. You'll have a cup of tea, Doctor.
No, thanks.
The girl's just making it.
Not for me. Did you manage to make contact with any of those places we were talking about last time?
What?
Residential care homes? I gave you some phone numbers.
No, there's no necessity.
Well, if you phoned for the brochures, you'd see the kind of practical support a specialised home could give you. And they have beds that lift up, so you can get out easily. And if you did fall, all you have to do is press a buzzer, and the staff would come immediately, not leave you on the floor for 6-7 hours.
Oh, where's the tea, Heather?
You need that kind of help now. You're falling more and more frequently and not getting up.
Ah, there she is. Now put it down there. Just the British muck that Heather buys, I'm afraid.
Milk and sugar, Doctor.
No, nothing for me. You've got to think about this, Mr. Bannister.
Sit down. Stop rushing around.
I've got calls to make. I'm sorry we weren't able to discuss your plans.
I haven't got any plans.
I'll see you out.
I knew a mystery once. In Jaipur.
Do you mind all this? Being summoned through the wall?
Not really. It's not as if I've got anything else to do. I'm just a bit tired. He likes me to stay awake, to concentrate. Makes the morning come quicker, he says.
Who have you got helping you? Does he still have the home care service?
Oh, no. He found he'd have to pay, so he never went ahead with it. I'm not sure whether he'd have let them in anyway. He went right off the Meals on Wheels lady, shouted at her and everything. I really am the only one he likes. Well, and you, of course.
He has a daughter, doesn't he?
Yes. She lives in Surrey, though. She doesn't really see him.
Heather.
I'd better go.
Yeah. I'll see you again.
I just had a really bad night's sleep. You know what it's like when you wake up at 4 o'clock and you just can't get back off, and eventually when you do, your alarm goes off straight away and you're just not ready to get up.
It usually means your brain's too full. What you can't resolve during the day keeps you awake at night, huh?
Yeah, well, I keep thinking about my nan. Because she hasn't said anything to any of the family. I can't get them to do something special for her. You know, make it different.
Well, maybe she doesn't want anything different.
You know, they're all so busy thinking about themselves and what they've got to do. They're not making any time for her.
Don't rush it, Joe. That'll come. You know, she's lucky to have you lot. You know, be there for her when she needs it.
Hello, surgery. No, Dr. Mystery's not on rads today. It'll be one of the other doctors. Dorian Bannister.
I'll go. Kate, first 2 patients to Steve, and I'll be right back.
Oh, actually, Dr. Mystery's on his way right now. All right. Bye-bye.
What the hell is he playing at?
I've wet my trousers.
Oh, dear.
You're not to mention it.
I wouldn't have. That'll be the doctor.
This is beginning to be a bit of a habit, isn't it, Mr. Bannister?
I'm all right. Nothing broken.
You're wet. You've wet yourself.
Too much tea yesterday. Heather's fault.
Have you got another pair of trousers? I'll help you.
Oh, no need. I'll do it later.
And can you do that?
I'm not a ruddy vegetable yet.
Fine. I'd like to call an ambulance, get you admitted for a few days while we sort something out.
No, absolutely not.
They might not come anyway.
That's right, especially after I saw them off last time.
Heather, you grab the other side. This is ridiculous. You're not accepting any help from any of the specialised services that are there to support people in your situation. That's right. OK. Heather now tells me that you won't even have Meals on Wheels. Now, what did they do to you?
Curry. They gave me some dreadful muck they called curry.
So it was the food?
Stupid woman. Tried to pass it off as a real thing. I told her I've lived in India. Oh, you should have tasted it, Doctor. Make an official complaint as a native. Absolute disgrace.
So you're relying completely on Heather now, then?
She's a fine little nurse.
But she's exhausted. Look at her. And she can't lift you up when you fall.
You do that.
OK, fine. Let's just leave it at that, then, shall we? Nobody's got any problem with that?
Well, now that's settled. You can have a cup of tea. Heather.
Mr. Bannister, look, as a doctor, I really haven't got the time
Look,
to...
I'm sure you did your medical degree over here, eh? After independence, all the colleges were no use to anybody at all. All the best chaps went to Oxbridge. Some got caught up in this ridiculous squabbles. Hindus, Muslims, all one as far as I'm concerned. Of course, it's different now. They play cricket. 17 years, there was no test match, India, Pakistan. Silly children. It's the heat, you know. Different temperament. Doesn't apply to you, boy. You're a proper little Englishman.
Look, I've got to go.
You'll come again. I don't want somebody new.
You can't choose which doctor you get.
Oh, well, run along if you're going to start that all over again.
No, I will not come out again. And I will instruct my colleagues not to attend either.
You have to come.
No, not if all I'm doing is putting you back in your chair and drinking tea. You don't need a doctor for that. Goodbye.
Do you mean it?
Yes, I do. Excuse me, I've got to get back. Run. Oh, git!
All hysterics, lot of fuss about nothing.
I don't think he'll come out again. What am I going to do when you fall?
He'll come.
He said he wouldn't. You made him really angry. We might have to ask Mary. Your daughter?
No. I forbid you to contact her. Do you hear?
Oh, yeah.
Hello. I wonder if it's possible to have a word with Dr. Maguire.
Oh, no, his list's full today. I can fit you in tomorrow, though.
No, that's no good.
Is it an emergency?
Well, yes. It's not about me, it's about my father, Mr. Bannister.
Oh, right, yeah.
Could you give Dr. Maguire that letter and tell him I'm waiting? Perhaps we could have a little talk later.
OK.
Our attendance on Mr. Bannister is pointless. He just...
Treating the elderly often is. Pointless, frustrating and time-consuming, but we do it. What we don't do is abandon patients when their bodies start to pack up.
That's not what I'm doing, Mac.
We need to support their independence, help them to have more control over what's happening to them. We don't make decisions for them when we don't force them to listen to threats.
If you just listen...
I don't have the time. I've got to see the daughter. Stop her making a formal complaint. She's already CC'd this letter to the health authority.
Can I read it?
Oh, you'll read it all right. This is just the beginning. Come in.
Thank you.
Take a seat.
Thanks. I'm sorry to barge in like this, but Heather didn't telephone till quite late last night, and I left Guildford in the early hours this morning, so I didn't have a chance to make a proper appointment.
No, I'm just sorry it's necessary. So,
Well, she doesn't know what to do, poor girl. I mean, who's she supposed to call now if my father needs help?
right. Well, I've had a word with Dr. Mystery, asked him if he thinks that removing care from Mr. Bannister was the right course of action. And I am wondering if the real problem is, I mean, he's 92, isn't he? And Dr. Mystery is in his 20s.
My father's a very difficult man.
Well, we're used to that.
No, I mean really difficult. I'm not angry with Dr. Mystery. I just want to know what's going to happen. I mean, can he really refuse to treat him?
No, that's not something I condone. But we have to be sympathetic towards things, don't you think? I mean, make allowances.
Does that mean that you're going to go on treating him?
Well, in view of what's happened, I'm going to ask one of our other doctors to take over the case.
You see, the trouble is, I don't think he'll ever agree to leave the house.
Oh, why should he? As long as we can arrange his care within his own environment.
Would I be able to see Dr. Mystery?
Yes, I don't see why not. What, now?
Well, yes, I'm going back to Surrey tomorrow.
Yes, of course. Right, I'll see if he's free.
Thank you.
Hello?
Oh, go away. I don't want you.
Are you there?
Go away, do you hear? I don't want to see you. Blasted girl. I don't want you, Mary.
Hello, Mr. Bannister. I'm Dr. Powers from the surgery. I'm standing in for Dr. Mystery.
I don't need the nurse.
I'm not a nurse, but the door was open. I'm a doctor. Dr. Powers from the surgery? Shall we get you into your chair?
Get out. I won't have...
Oh! Oh!
Are you all right?
I wanted to ask you how he is. I mean, ask about the falling and the loss of strength. He's obviously deteriorating.
Well, yes. That's why I wanted him to go to hospital for a few days, so that they could do some tests, maybe some physiotherapy.
But he is very old.
But that doesn't rule out anything else being involved.
No. Well, I know how helpful you've been. I mean, going round first thing and sorting him out. Heather telephones me every night, so I know she feels tremendously supported by everyone here. I expect he likes you. Indians always used to be frequent visitors in our house.
Oh?
I'm surprised he didn't bore you with his stories.
So this, Heather Gray is your point of contact?
She's finding it very difficult, you know that? He calls her through the wall, wakes her up and makes her sit with him.
Well, she knows how grateful I am.
Do you not think it's asking too much, though, imposing on her good nature?
Rana?
Well, she's only been living there 6 months. Offered to do his shopping once and now gets treated as a permanent solution.
Well, she's tremendously fond of him.
But can you do a bit more now that you're here? Do shifts with Heather or make arrangements for a proper nurse?
I never plan on staying very long. Well, it's difficult. He's taken a great dislike to my husband. And to be quite honest, he and I don't get on all that well as adults. I adored him as a child, of course. But he didn't like it when I developed a mind of my own. It's silly, really, all that education. And he was surprised when I started using it.
But he is your father.
He's very rude to people he doesn't know.
Yeah, well, you just don't expect it.
He nearly did that to the Meals on Wheels lady, but he missed and the food went all over the pavement.
I've got something in my bag.
You would have been all right with me. I would have said who you were and he would have known it was safe. He doesn't like people to take him away.
Well, it doesn't happen like that.
As long as I pop in, he's all right. That's what the social services told Mrs. Phelps. As long as I'm popping in, they're happy.
Well, you do more than that, though, don't you?
Oh, yes. I do his meals and his shopping, and I sit with him on the bad nights, you know.
When he falls?
Yes.
And do you wash him? Do you help him go to the toilet? Clean his bed when he wets it?
He doesn't need me to.
Well, what happens if he does? If he becomes incontinent?
I don't think I'd like to...
And feeding him? With a spoon like a baby? Can you do that? Giving him medicine, putting the pills in his mouth, helping him swallow?
It's not like that at the moment.
Yeah, but it might be. And if he does decide to stay till the end, those are some of the things that you're going to need to do. And you know the worst thing?
No.
He might not even know who you are.
I didn't know about all that. It's been so nice for me to be busy. So different from the other places I've lived. I've got to know a lot of people. Dr. Mystery and the nurse and the Meals on Wheels. They've all said that I'm doing an important job.
Yes, you are. But the fact that you're doing it means that other people don't have to.
But that's good, isn't it?
I don't know. You know his needs better than I do. What do you think?
I thought he was weird when I saw him. That's all I'm saying. Weird and creepy.
Come on, Ruth, what sort of diagnosis is that?
It means I don't blame Rana.
Uh-huh.
There should be a limit to the amount of attitude we have to put up with from patients.
I mean, an old man. You have to rise above it.
Now, Mr. Bannister, he's a bloody maniac.
Excuse me. You all right? What happened?
What do you think? I'm going to have a scar.
No, you're not. Yeah, okay.
He threw a plate at me.
A plate?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Because he's old and frightened.
Uh-huh. Well, you're going to report him?
What, to the police?
Well, he attacked you, didn't he?
Yeah, but what are they going to do to a 90-year-old man?
Go to his house, give him a warning.
Ow!
Sorry.
Well, he'd have a go at them as well. To think they were going to take him to a home. Then we could all stand up in court, couldn't we? Me, the paramedics, Meals on Wheels, we could all testify that he's a danger to the NHS. You could just see the headlines, couldn't you?
You're late. I was hungry.
I've been with the doctor, cleaning the blood off her face.
Oh, yes.
Here's your key.
What? What's that?
I think I've been helping you more for what it's done for me. Because I like talking to all the people you've needed me to talk to.
What are you saying?
It was for the wrong reasons. So I'm giving you your key back. So that proper people can look after you.
Proper people? What are you drivelling about?
Goodbye, then.
Heather, come here. Go to the mantelpiece. There's a good girl. Now look in that box. What do you think of that, eh? You can have one of those for each week that you help me. What do you say?
I don't want that. I'm sorry.
Silly girl. Heather, I know you're there. I've dropped my stick. Heather. Heather.
Look, we can't treat him if he doesn't want us to. And I agree with Rana. We shouldn't take him on in his terms. Give him what he wants and then leave him till next time. We've got to manage his case properly.
He doesn't want to be managed. And it's only the falling, isn't it? Well, the neighbour's looking after the basics.
Yeah, but she shouldn't have to. Let him pay for a nurse if that's what you want, or a doctor, come to that.
No, we're not giving up on this. He may be difficult and violent, but...
And now you're going to waste time trying to prove that he should be cared for at home. Where's his daughter? That's what I want to know. She's the one who should be planning this, not us. We're not here to humour and persuade him. We don't have time to take that on, not at the expense of other patients.
We do that with other patients. We talk endlessly about arrangements, about options, about consequences. Look, how often do we see them at that age? They disappear. They go into homes or move in with relatives. And it's very rare that we see him at the last stage. I mean, how it ends.
It's not because he's old. It's because he just won't take any notice of us.
And he's the only patient who does that.
Yes?
Mrs. Phelps has just rang. She said to tell you that Heather's given the keys back and she can't get in.
So what does she want us to do? Tell her to ring a locksmith.
She thinks he might have fallen. She wants you to meet her there.
See? They think we've nothing better to do.
She said there was no one else she could ask.
I'm sorry about this. He never let me have a key. Thank you, Doctor.
Hello, Mr. Bannister. I'm Dr. McGuire from Riverside Surgery. Are you feeling all right?
Where's Dr. Mystery? He knows me.
Yes. Look, I'll just let Mrs. Phelps in. He's fine.
Hello, Daddy?
Go away.
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Heather's told me she's not coming anymore, so it has to be me now.
Go away.
I thought I'd move in for a bit. Ralph doesn't mind. In fact, I think he'd be quite glad to be rid of me for a while.
Don't blame him.
So, what do you think?
I think that you've come uninvited.
Look, Mrs. Phelps?
Mary.
Mr. Bannister, Mary has come to look after you.
She wants the house. That's why she's here.
You can't live on your own. Let me help. I'd like to.
I don't seem to have much choice.
Oh, but you do. You can carry on exactly the same, but I wouldn't recommend it. I imagine the hours pass pretty slowly when you're lying on the floor in the cold, in the dark. And now, with Heather not coming in anymore...
Oh, very well. You can have your old room.
Bye, Mr. Bannister. Thank you. It's been very nice to meet you.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you for being so understanding. Bye.
Bye. Right, here we are. I've done you some soldiers. There. I'll just take the top off for you. There you are.
What's this?
What?
This on top of the egg.
What?
Come here. It looks like mucus.
I'm sorry, that's the way I do them for Ralph.
Bratty, you can't even boil an egg.
I'm sorry you didn't like your egg, Daddy. But if you would just try and tell me how you do like things done, I'll try and do them properly for you in the future.
Make me another one. Go on, Mary, Mary, Mary.
I'm not a child anymore.
Give me my stick.
I'm surprised you've still got this old thing.
I won't hit you.
I would have thought that a walking frame would be better.
I need my stick.
I'll look after it for you. Keep it safe.
Heather. Mary.
I can hear you. I won't be long.